It was nothing studio about it. Definitely.
And the way I take it is what he did to the world. So in other words, how many people he touched. You know, during his death, they did before there was a such thing as going viral, it went viral. You get what I'm saying? And people all over the world that don't even speak English was dying. I mean, not dying, excuse me, crying because of his death. You know, and it's like the different classes that he touched, the different races and educational backgrounds across all boards. That's what we want. That's what every poet wants. Every poet wants to be felt by not only people that grew up like he did, but people that have no idea about life where he come from. He wants to touch those people as well.
Word. Nike, we're going to get started. I'm going to put everybody on mute, so stand by.
Yes, sir. Break a leg, everybody.
Hum for the Bolt by Jamal May. It could, of course, be silk, 50 yards or so of the next closest thing to water to the touch, or it could just as easily be a shaft of wood crumpling a man struck between spalder and hem. But now, with the rain making a noisy erasure of this town, it is the flash that arrives and leaves at nearly the same moment. It's what I want to be in this moment, in this doorway, because much as I'd love to be the silk shimmer against the curve of anyone's arm, as brutal and impeccable as it'd be to soar from a crossbow with a whistle and have a man switch off upon my arrival, it is nothing compared to that moment when I eat the dark, draw shadows in quick strokes across the wall, and start a tongue counting down to thunder. That counting that says, I am this far, I am this close. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our next installment of Black Poets Matter. The Black Poets Matter reading series was born from a call to action to amplify and center the voices of Black and multiracial poets. And that's what we're doing here today. Before we get started, I'd like for you all to join me in a moment of silence for the passing of civil rights icon and United States Representative John Lewis. We lost a titan yesterday. But great lights do not grow out. They only spark all of us forward and inspire us to do the same. So please join me in a moment of silence. Thank you. Well, let me introduce myself. My name is Cyrus Sepabodi, and I will be your host this evening. I am joined on this call with 23 of you excellent people in the audience, along with the Madmouth team, Ruth Christopher, Damika Thomas, Ideas Aubrey, Maya Pescator, as well as Arthur K. Zakian. We have a couple community guidelines. This is how we show our love to our poets. It is a American Sign Language motion for applause. First and foremost, this is a space of self-expression that is anti-racist, anti-sexist, and safe for everyone. That means, and this likely goes without saying, but I'm saying it anyway, that means racial slurs and hate speech will not be tolerated and result in removal from the meeting and a permanent ban from future events. We will find you. We are good at what we do. If you are not Black, the N-word is off limits, strictly, period, the end. There's no debate about this. Please remember, ultimately, we are the stewards of each other's dignity and safety. To our intrepid audience, thank you for being here. Please respect your poets. That means staying on mute, and if at all possible, try to have your video on. We want to see you. They want to see you. You want to see them. Because this is a digital reading, if you are feeling what the poet is saying, you can show your love, as I said, by doing this or snapping. That does register through the camera. So to our poets, the only rule is tear the fucking roof off. We are here for you. We are here for this. So first up on our list, actually on deck, Nike, you're on deck. Please welcome our first reader, Caitlin Woodall. Caitlin is from Sacramento and going into her 4th year at UC Davis as an English major with a minor in African American Studies. Cheers, Caitlin. Caitlin began her poetic journey at the beginning of 2020, and her work majorly focuses on her experience as a mixed Black woman navigating her way through life. We're going to navigate through your poetry tonight, Caitlin. Please welcome Caitlin Woodall.
Hi. Okay, this is my first reading, so I'm a little nervous. This is a little bit out of my comfort zone, but I'm excited to give it a try. So my first poem is called The Things I Learned from Dorothy Dandridge, and it's after Morgan Parker. Okay. Between these hips is black magic, a molasses voodoo they've been stuck in for 400 years. In the tar pit. Film after film, they say the mulatto is a breathing tragedy. Limbo between two identities, I'm supposed to cry for white skin. I'm supposed to try to trick them. I'm supposed to run north and catch a train and find a place that does not know the difference between dark white and black. The films say so, and white America nods, but I know it was this black body that birthed the nation. Blackish girl, you are the sex symbol they say you are exotic. Dorothy Dandridge, mother of mulattoes, the first Jezebel that white men were allowed to dream about. And it was a shame, they thought, that she was born in that black body, because even just one drop of that bad black blood is enough to spoil the bucket. Dorothy, bat your eyes, show some skin, blow a kiss. I'm the sex symbol when I choose to be it. This body moves only when I tell it to, and it knows no chains. I'm not exotic. Too many generations removed, I do not know that African Zion they speak of. Mixed girl I am, rooted in New World soil, the product of the same land that cries for me and dreams about me and lusts for me and spits on me. These hips are American, and I shake what this country gave me. Cool. Okay. My next poem is called Feed Me Grapes, Show Me You Love Me. Love comes to me in a bowl of fruit, cut up by my mother, pineapples and oranges sticking up her good granite counters, souring her fingers, halved strawberries that could just have easily been left whole, a mango stripped and then sliced, carefully around a stubborn core, and she leaves this for a worn and blanketed me that has not yet left the bed all day but to piss and turn on the fan. Me who can't even say thank you between snotty sobs that come and go, the thought of getting out of that bed to do something as small as turning off that fan. Love comes to me in a pomegranate, beautifully deflowered, by a man who wants nothing but to feed me each seed, to kiss the purple juice that bleeds out of the corner of my frowning mouth, to wash my stained fingers for me while I droop my arms and hang my hands under a running sink when it is too much for me to soap and dry myself. Love comes to me in a paper bag full of gleaming lemons, unpacked by my grandma's drooping brown arms, and then squeezed into a plastic pitcher, poured into a plastic cup, zinging and sour enough to put holes in my mouth, and it hurts in a good way. I suckle on a lemon peel, spit out seeds on dead grass. I drink, and my grandma kisses my browned forehead because she knows I need the little sting in my cup to be strong enough to give me that feeling, to give me a feeling. Okay, cool. Next up is a poem called The B Word. They don't want to say it unless they mean to spit it. This skin is a cuss word white folks whisper. When they say black like it might offend me, ask if I prefer to be called something else, something softer. They'd rather say it the long way, 7 syllables somehow simpler and slicker and sweeter than just the one. African American easier than black. No, not a regular American, not one without an introduction. to remind us of the forgotten land they took from us, wish they could send us back to. Their grandfathers say Negro, or sometimes something stiffer and sterner, but when their grandchildren listen to the radio and there are no B words around, they soften it, ending with their mouths open and lips parted, preparing to scream. Sometimes it is stomached better saying people of color, even when they're only talking about one. Throw everyone into the melting pot because it is better to be vague and keep all of the colors in one place, not give any one color too much credit, too loud a voice, like how their grandfathers remember and their great-great-grandfathers remember. Or they can tell me that they don't see color. Doesn't matter if I'm white, brown, purple, orange, but it doesn't feel right to put the B word on the list. It doesn't roll off the tongue. What about a color makes someone flinch? What is it that makes someone hush? Tell me I'm Black like how you say I miss you, like how you say congratulations. Say it to me like you're proud of me. Say it like it's warm. Say it even though it stings. Let it crack against the back of the teeth and whip the tongue to give it one good lashing that our great-great-great-grandfathers never forgot. Cool. And then I have one more poem, and it's called Movie Date. Movie Date. Viola Davis is looking at us through the screen, and she's laid up with this white man, and mine leans over and tells me that could be us one day. But I'm tired of hearing him breathe, so I shake up the ice in my Coke and go to the bathroom just to sit in a stall and think about all the things I'd rather be doing on a Saturday night. And when I come back, thank God, finally Viola's got snot pouring out of her nose while she tells some trifling heifer off. Her voice is stabbing at us through the screen, spit flying out her mouth. She says to that white lady she can keep that no good, dirty, lying, cheating son of a bitch white man. And I hear someone yell, I know that's right. Viola finds herself a nice Black boyfriend. Credits roll, everybody claps. And on the way home, I don't tell him how much I hate hearing him mouth breathe. I nod when he says the movie just didn't do it for him. I let him kiss me. I don't tell him that he's still greasy from the popcorn. I let him pick me up the next day. I ask him to keep picking me up. I hug his pearl-wearing mother and smell her perfume. I let him pay the tab. I swipe his cards. I get a neck pillow in first class. I let him cheat, but just once. I have doors open for me, seats pulled out for me. I lay in bed with him like the cowered down, master-pleasing bitch I am. I touch generational wealth. I wear a fat ring. I let him spit on me. I marry him and have his little beige babies and name them Sarah and Johnny and Emily and Timmy. I cry strong Black woman tears. Everybody claps. It's just one of those things. Yeah, so that's all I have for tonight. But thank you all for listening to me, and thank you, Mad Mouth Poetry, for having me.
Thank you so much, Caitlin. Are there any projects that you're involved in right now that we can connect with you about, check out your work? Where can we find you besides Instagram?
I don't have anything yet, so Instagram is the best place right now. I've only been writing poetry for a couple months, so still working on getting out there.
Very nice. Awesome. Thank you, Caitlin. I'm going to go ahead and pop your Instagram handle in the chat. Okay, on deck, Mr. Garrison King Halsley III. We're going to make a little change here, and I'm going to welcome to the stage, or rather to the mic, Lady Beth. It's Elizabeth Graham. Lady Beth is UWorld Secretary, partner, and co-founder of United Vision, mother, and a published author. She's better known as Lady Beth. She's an extraordinary woman. I've had the opportunity to hear her work before, and we are so pleased to have her. Please welcome Lady Beth.
Yay. Hello. Well, this first poem is a poem that's supposed to be a tribute to Edgar Allan Poe. It goes by like kind of the same cadence as The Raven, you know, but we'll see. This tapping on my mansion doors is getting louder, I run to open the door and you disappear. All I see is a note left on my doorstep when I open my door, telling me I am being fraudulent, telling me they know who I am. I ask them nicely, even politely, why they are tapping on my mansion door. I cover my ears, scared of the answer, close my eyes. When they open, I see darkness and a note and nothing more. I hear nothing evermore. Then again comes all the dull, excruciating, repetitive tapping at my mansion door. I run to open the door again, only to have my worst fears come to reality once more. I see a note telling me I am childish and nothing more. I don't know who it is who is tapping at my mansion doors. Lonely mansion, only voice echoing into the walls on every room in my mansion, along with all the other words and phrases I perceive to be dangerous, like I love you and I will leave you nevermore. And I immediately terrified by who could be tapping, rapping, or writing the words I let nobody see before. Because that means the one who is tapping, torturing me with the written writing, have been inside my mansion before. But who could it be tapping at my mansion door? Nobody has been stepping through my chambers in so long, including myself, that I forgot the words that were there. So I am afraid at the possibility that someone who walked my walls except me, afraid they will see the hidden rooms where all my insecurities are hiding. Now time I am biting. Excuse me, I lost my place. Hey, there we go. Afraid they will see the hidden rooms where all my insecurities are hiding. Now time I am biting, waiting, wanting, hoping for a tap at my chamber door. Tapping returns. I run to the door, yelling into the darkness as I peer out of my open doors, screaming loudly, "Who are you?" to the shadow in the far. I now see coming closer to my chamber door, unread notes in his hand and a smile on his face as he stretches them out, coming closer and closer more. Quoth the shadow, "I love you more. I will be here evermore. You don't have to do this alone. Trust me, and I will part nevermore. I will love you forevermore." Tapping nevermore. Yay. Let's see. One of my favorite poems that I've written, one of them, is a poem that was like, I guess it was given to me by my boyfriend. Like, he asked me if I was in love for only one day, what would it be worth to me? If I could only have true love for one day and I knew that it was going to disappear tomorrow, what would that be worth? So instead of answering his question, I just wrote a poem. It's called A Day in Love. If I had one day of true love, that real love, the kind they talk about in Corinthians, the kind R&B singers dream about, the kind of love that movies often try to emulate. If I had that kind of love for one day, it would be worth the pain of having your heart be whole then empty again when the night creeps its head out from under the clouds. It would be worth having such an overwhelmingly happy feeling only to know it will never happen again, but you still hold on hope. It would be worth holding that other half made especially for me and I for him in your arms, knowing that love is only temporary. So you hold them like you will never breathe the same again without their arms around your lungs to guide his essence into the air sacs on your red blood cells, carrying his love to every crevice of your body. You hold them like you will never walk the same again without his arm around your shoulders to keep you from floating away because you are walking on air when you are with him. If I had one day of true love, that real love, the kind that lasts longer than the span of time the sun has occupied the sky, because you are now the morning sun that lights his sky. You are now his North Star, showing him the way to emotional freedom. As you enter into the promised land, it will be worth more to have one day of true love than a million days without it. If I had one day of true love, that real love, that love like two penguins that imprint on another, never again choosing another, you know, that forever, that even death won't do us part. If I had that kind of love for one day, I would hope for deja vu just so that I can feel like it happened before. So even if I can't have it every day, I could at least feel the absence just to know that it was really there to begin with. I would to subconsciously replay the words I love you in the notebook that wrote our story, iconically kissing before the plane leaves so you can fly through my mind, or throw a lasso on the moon and pull it down the world because it is shared too much. If I had one day to bask in true love, I would simply enjoy it while it lasted and let it live in my memory so that it would last forever. Let's see. People seem to like this one when I read it. I like it. It was really fun for me to write it. It's called Blue Jeans Blues. I'm faded like an old pair of jeans, used, worn out, imprinted with your soul so that I fit perfectly to you. The feeling of your body inside mine, stretching out the lining of my heart. I'm fading, like those same jeans after you've washed them too many times, trying to get me clean, too battered and bruised, used, yet you still won't give me away. I miss the way your soul fits into me, carefully weaving through my miscolored patches over holes that continue to rip throughout my stitching and fabric. I miss the way you used to fold me up and put me away in your thoughts in a drawer you've cleared out so I could fit all of my laundry. You kept me, tattered and worn out and used, held me together, so patches all over, keeping people from seeing right through me. But I am old now, tossed away, no longer stored in a drawer to myself. Instead, I share with so many others that you've taken out and labeled goodwill, leaving me wondering if you will look in the bag, see you made a mistake, fold me back up and give me a drawer open and clear so that I have room for more clothes. And you can take me out, fit your soul perfectly inside, and realize that I was made for you. Yay. Turn out the light.
Nice. Thank you very much, Lady Beth. That was wonderful. So glad to have you. So, how can we connect with you? Tell us a little bit about United Vision, the work you're doing.
Oh, well, we had a concert on October was it the 16th, Handsome? Yeah, October the 16th. It was really cool. It was a few artists that got on stage. We tried to push our movement. Um, we
That
believe in,
sounds great. Go ahead,
long
please.
story short. So the U World is a company that believes in peace and that being different doesn't make a difference. You can still make a difference in the world, be the change you wish to see in the world, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for joining us, Lady Beth. So, on deck, ideas. Aubrey, our next performer, Garrison King Halsey III, is a 23-year-old man who graduated with a bachelor's in science and anthropology. In college, his main field of study was the oppression of African Americans in the U.S. He has contributed to writings of scholarly research about diabetes in Samoa and has recently published his first personal book, a collection of poems called The Father's Curse. Check it out on Amazon. Link will be in the chat. But please welcome to the virtual stage, Garrison King Halsey.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the great introduction that you gave me. Before I start reading off some poems, I just want to thank everybody for being here. First and foremost, I got here a little bit late myself. And secondly, to anyone who is out there on the front lines of the protests and stuff like that, I just want to thank you for your your service, because this is a really crucial time in American history. So I'm gonna do a couple poems for you guys. The first one is going to be from my book, The Father's Curse. It is called "You Will Always Be Beautiful to Me." Things got ugly between us, but your beauty will never fade. I can still vividly visualize the days when your aura was glazed in sun rays. You were such a graceful and merciful angel, and I was a sinner that you saved. So no matter what my friends might say, I owe you the utmost respect to this very day. Broken up, or even if I had stayed, I promised you your beauty would never fade. That's the first one. Okay. This poem was written at the beginning of all these protests started by the murder of George Floyd. It is called "Carefree Smiles Don't Know Trials and Tribulations." Immaculate Conception. They work under God's protection and use the Bible as a weapon, a way to keep the masses docile. And those blacks who ain't mild don't get exiled, they get executed. Even when we ain't looting, they shooting. They outlawed lynching and created new nooses, whether it's the police or the national troops. We are murdered without proof, so fuck all that peace. There won't be any truces because our presence is still seen as a nuisance. We stand on our soapbox, give our 2 cents, trying to clean America of its sins. Peaceful is too powerful. Rioting is too grim. They kill our kin and then call it a blessing. A shorter route to heaven. Our melanin they hating, religion ain't saving, but we keep praying, hoping things might change, and they never do. Einstein said insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. These are wise words to my fellow Black folks, but this quote is easier to preach than practice. You never know what can happen when your skin is Black in America. Trying different tactics can have us hanging from ropes. Our struggle is no joke. They'll kneel on your neck till you choke, simply for forging a note, and take a kneeling Black man out of the NFL to diminish our hope. It's an everyday struggle, and every day I feel the burdens of America's sins eating away at my soul. That's why I hate carefree smiles that don't know trials and tribulations. So as I argue with y'all till I'm blue in the face, trying to remind my brothers and sisters of their place, trying to show them the errors in their ways, trying to change their minds, even though these issues don't seem to faze them. Because even though I hate to berate them, I know one day they might be that slain jogger, that murdered father, that hung mother, that target practice of a brother, that slaughtered niece. They see us as beasts. So yes, I will stand for us, even when I'm weak in the knees. Shout self-love and empowerment until I can't breathe. Become another martyr for my people, as if that's what America really needs, or another hashtag written in blood on America's streets, finally becoming famous as a corpse when they display my lifeless body on TV. If you don't get it by now, I don't think you'll ever see why I hate carefree smiles that don't know the trials and tribulations that Black people are facing in this incomparably racist nation. That piece is a lot for me. This one is called God Pass. I think this is a beautiful poem just because it's, I don't know, like as Black men in America, we can see other Black men and know, like, you know, we go through stuff without even talking to this individual, just as we walk past each other. So that was the motivation that went into writing this poem. It's called God Pass. I look up and your third eye makes contact with mine, a mutual acknowledgement of the divine in the flesh. I think the years look good on you, my G. The beard, we both know too many who have died before theirs could connect. The wrinkles, forged out of stress, synonymous with being oppressed. The bags underneath your eyes, an inability to look amused or surprised because of how perpetually close you are to dying, just know I see you with generations of gods flowing through your veins, but I don't have the time to say these things as we proceed in our opposing walking lanes. You nod upwards, I nod downwards, and walk smooth past. I call this a God pass, a God pass. Okay, this is my last one. I call this one the latest hashtag, which was kind of mentioned in Carefree Smiles, Don't Know Trials and Tribulations, but just a little different twist on it. I wonder, does a man wrestle with ethics as his last breath hit with struggle? As his own blood chokes him to death, does he wonder if the media will paint him as a man with a death wish based on his skin complexion? Does he vomit out his bloody innocence as pigs tell him to stop resisting? Does he think of himself as a martyr or a lost father and hope that America gets the message? Probably not. I bet his mind grasps for his most precious moments. Maybe he dwells on the regrets he won't be able to fix because he was shot by the cops. Maybe he grieves for the ones that will ache when his soul leaves his suffering body because he knows theirs will cry out for mercy that wasn't spared on him. The latest hashtag Black man. He's forgotten as soon as the next incident happens. His name will be used as a political hot button issue. As his loved ones are buried in tissues from weeping, they will try to expose all of the reasons this man deserved to be buried 20 feet under cement, why his death is below grieving, that the blood he was bleeding was much needed because they'll claim he wasn't even halfway decent. They'll strip the humanity off of a father, cousin, brother, son, grandson to prove a cop is right. As long as his skin ain't white, they will paint him the most demonic shade, blacker than black, until this hashtag fades. But if you haven't heard, we don't want any more hashtags. We've been demanding justice these days. That's it. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Harrison,
This is my book. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. A lot of all three, the last three of the I've never performed before. But you know, I got into a zone after Carefree Smiles. But again, this is my book, The Father's Curse. It is a collection of like love poems and stuff of that nature. It can be found on Amazon. Follow me on Instagram. I'll put it in the chat. And there was one more thing I was gonna say. Oh, and then like these like Black Power poems are the poems I intend to put in my next book. That'll be called The Hope and the Dream. So if you guys did like these poems, just know that book is coming out eventually. I don't know when, but thank you guys for inviting me. I appreciate it. You guys have been awesome.
Garrison, thank you for spitting fire. Really enjoyed your reading.
Thank you for having me.
This powerful presence. I went ahead and put your book's Amazon link in the chat. Please connect with Garrison. Please connect with your poets. It's a way to keep the work alive after the reading, because the most important part of this is these poets' voices and doing the work that they do. So, Jason, you're on deck. Everybody take a deep breath in with me. And everybody out. I have known Ideas Aubrey for several years. He is a youth educator, a poet, a spoken word artist. Ideas is an idea and an experience and a poet. And he's about to tear the roof off. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the one, the only, Ideas Aubrey.
What is good, everybody? What is good, everybody? Yo, what's good, IG? What's good, Mama? Let me introduce myself. I'm the one and only Ideas Aubrey. There's no one like me can do what I'm about to do. So, what you about to witness, the most powerful trilogies in all my performance, I'm about to lay. So, I hope you guys got some water. I hope you got your pens. I hope you got your notebooks. Because this is what you're about to feel. It's flame right now. So, I don't know what words can be like, but you don't know me. Have you really seen me? Have you faced me? Have you crushed me? You asked for justice, and I asked for peace. You hangers, rapers, and you know what we've been through, but you don't know what black is. You don't know the color of my skin really feel like. The blood go through me, the veins and everything I speak through. See, these words are not just for me. These words are not just for you. These words are for the nation. And you say land before free. You just murdered a man for 8 minutes and 45 seconds. You were young another brother. You shot another sister. You shot a young brother. Let me tell you something. I was a victim too. I'm being racial profile. I'm being discriminated. I'm being bigotry. I'm being judged. I'm being everything you with the whole dictionary you could say about me. I want to tell you something. My words is my own true weapon of my destruction. My poetry is something I look through like a scripture of a Gohansen, like a scripture of a Bible, like a scripture, like a dictionary, like a scripture from Walt Whitman, from Edgar Dixman, Shakespeare, when everything I give me, I am a poet. It's a cold woman here. You feel it? Did I hurt your feelings? Did I really scourge in your heart? Did I make you really cry? But maybe I can tell you my truth, my words. And I want to tell you something. I don't want to be a hashtag. I don't want to be on social media. I don't want to see a young brother go through the same victim we go on. But I'm going to tell you right now, we still living in the Jim Crow Act. You put me in my cage and make me feel like a lion. You hunt us and my children, you hunt us and rape my women, and you making sure you're still shooting us with that gun. You don't know me. Let me introduce myself. My name is Sean Lamont Aubrey II. My stage name is Ideas Aubrey. I am legacy. I am educated. I am truth. I am justice. I don't want no peace no more. I want revolution. So I'm calling you out, poets, for a challenge, a lifetime, to really share your truth. Do not hide your words, because your words matter. Your words is something. Your words is something you need to breathe in. So what are you going to do? I live in Vetum. I have a mama mentality like Kobe Bryant. I am like the Undertaker. My soul will never rest in peace. Let me tell you something. My secrets is the true skeletons in my own closet. My veins bleed through poetry. I might have missing teeth. I might be diagnosed with lupus and an autoimmune disease. I have chronic eczema. That don't stop me what I can really do on this mic, on this stage, because I'm king. Los Angeles. When it comes to poetry, it's my own true words I've spread around every youth, every generation of poets. Everything I do is not from the flame of the fortune, but speaking something through my truth to change poison into medicine. Let me say that again so you guys can really feel it in me. I change poison into medicine. To believe of your art, share your art, feel your art, bleed through your art, love your art, Speak through your art. Feel through your art. Read through your art. Educate with your art. Re-educate your own generation. We are living in something different. So, COVID, let me introduce myself. My name is Ideas Aubrey, and you never took my spirit. You never took my life. You never took anything away from me, because when I'm delivering something more powerful. No one can stop me. Not even the government, not even the president himself can put me down. I live through this art. I bleed through this art. I cherish this art. My word is my own true weapon of mass destruction. For all my brothers and sisters and my kings and queens, stop hiding yourself. Show your natural beauty. Show your natural glow. Show your natural words. Because today, this year, 2020 is your victory. Because I am king, lion of justice. And this is my art. Welcome to my poetry. Woo! Oh, shit, son. I'm telling you, folks, get yourself some water. Man, I love the art of poems and feeling that love of poetry. And I've been doing this game since I was 18. No matter what type of disability or advantage I go through, I do it because that's what poetry had changed me. It really given me this platform to really start something. So artists, really take your words out of granted. Really bless you with what you have got and use your gift. Because we can give justice and peace, but we are the true government. We are the nation. We are the poet. We are the revolution. So lose your mic like a weapon of mass destruction. Okay, folks, let's get real. I love this piece. I just want to open and not just kiss you, but I just need to feel you. I just want to walk down these sidewalks and my head is always up. Let me just sing and feel it and knowing what this democracy is really changing me. See, I just want to feel freedom, touch freedom, become the land and before free. I'm just tired of hearing it. Today and the day and the day and the day, I just want freedom. See, I want to plant seeds. Give me something again. Let me feel injustice around myself. Let this America become black again. Let me feel the dreams upon us. Let me speak to my pioneers. Let me feel something beautiful. Let me speak it and know where we are today because I just need to feel it. I want to be free. I want to hear the million words that reflect my own body. I don't want to be a slave no more. I just want to sing and dance with you. Million words, my words, I want to feel. I don't want this to be American. I want this to be black again. Black-owned businesses, black teachers, black educators, black revolution, black leaders. I need this country to be black. I don't want to see Black Lives Matter. No, I want to see revolution around us. I want to say to my brothers and sisters, good morning, because I knew how you're doing. I don't want to be black on black crime no more. I don't want to see my children become poverty. I am not your equal, your nigger. I am not your scars on your land. I am American, black American, strong American. Go with us. Let me feel it. Let me hear it. I used to be a farmer. I used to walk through solid machines. I used to be that Negro who had to be a slave with poverty. I was hungry and expressing my dreams. Facing this old world we live through. See, I just want to kiss the raindrops, kiss the time you kiss and dance with you, kiss to the top of the moon, because this democracy is always kissing. I'm tired seeing us, facing us, change things around us, feeling what they go through multiple times and living the days of life meant. But I want to change us, folks. I just want to heal you. I want this to be black again. Black educators, black teachers, black leaders. I don't care about Black Lives Matter. I just care what's going around me in this country. I want my daughter and my son to see where the culture of being black is really is. I want to feel through humanity. I want to feel what this world is about. And maybe I'm not black. Maybe I'm different. Maybe I talk different, dress different. People look at me almost like an alien, but they don't know what really black is when they look inside my soul and knowing this is not democracy. This is realism. This is what I hear in my own country every day and days and hours. Tomorrow, there will be freedom. Tomorrow, we will sing again. Tomorrow, our panty see. Tomorrow, we will change it to the ghetto today and moment in time. I want to still kiss that raindrop to you, my sweetheart of love. Peace. I'm just warming up, folks. I'm just really just warming up. Let's go a little bit love. This is my favorite piece right here. I call it Love Secret. When I first met you, I never know what love was really about. Your gentle wind, your gentle kiss. I told you what it really felt when I hurt you. You changed a man from a dark side and saw nothing with just plain anger and frustration, who never even trusts his own heart, weeping and weeping, and maybe I just want to lay beside you. I never know what a real kiss felt like. Never know what cuddle really felt. I never know what real love when you show me to me. You changed a man to make it. I was so insecure of women thinking they just see the outside of me, but not the heart. Maybe when the moments I felt, no one can see me because they only saw with their skin and wounds. But maybe you saw something in me. We connected in so many ways of life. I wanted to escape with you, my beloved. And most of the times I look at you, you changed this man to see beauty inside his skin. You opened me a new eye and laughter. You saw something deep. I just wanted to kiss you and touch you. Maybe you felt what love was really all about. Love was beautiful. Love was something else. You had changed as young black man to something different. You showed me passion through the heart. You showed me nothing to argue, but we together was something bigger of life. You changed me. And I told you, real love, and the first time I glanced in your own eyes, you would never leave me. We have our ups and our downs, but we always work together because that's how much realness is. My strength, my love told you, I love you, my beloved. Even when we have our downs, I still help you and encouraging you. The invisible love is something much powerful. This ghostly feeling you showed me what it is to be something. So before I give you this poem, I'll fold my golden books and smell your truest essence and cry against you and heal you nowhere else. So escape with me, because love is life, a journey at the lotus of a flower. Man, how you guys doing right now? You guys feeling this? How you guys really feeling? What the? Come on, everybody. Come on. This piece right here, I want you guys to really close your eyes. If you want to close them, go for it. You don't, hear it. whatever you want to do, what I'm about to share is something really grateful to you all tonight. This one's called Reflections. Now, no, we always go through our own true insecurity in life, but when you get to that point of reflection, to that mirror of detoxing, or trying to stay away from the negativity, take the moment of this time of reflecting on yourself, because even though we in some hard times right now, we still do our thing. COVID is just a visible enemy. But if you can really reflect what we are going through, this is your own true essence of beauty. So, hope you love this piece I'm about to do. Because this piece here, I have to reflect on my own true deities. I'm tear right now, so I'm trying to hold it. Namyo Renge Ko. Namyo Renge Ko. Namyo Renge Ko. October 4th, 2019. You was broken. You had suicide thoughts going through your head. Your mental was already messed up. Your depression is already acting. Your anxiety is really faking you. Your eczema is really bleeding to your mind is going through something. October 19, I wanted to commit suicide. Because I didn't know what type of pain I was really going through. I didn't never seen this pain where I felt my wounds became open and bleeding. My things go through things I didn't even imagine. I wanted to give up. The first time in a moment, I just wanted to say, forget it, goodbye. The whole world's about to hear these words go, but I don't know if I really wanted to. Or maybe I just want to drown myself in their own true swammer. The woman I love saw me in the broken wounds and things I never imagined. I felt I needed this pain to go away. I don't know what it is. This itching is stopping, the scratching is feeling. Tonight, 2019 was not the best year for me. I was diagnosed with lupus. I don't even know what lupus is. I have an autoimmune disease. I don't even know what that really is, but I was in so much pain. My joints was all crickling. My body felt like an 85 man, but I'm only 30. I was in the hospital. Never been admitted. Food suck. I was eating something I didn't even imagine. My spirit needed to be lifted, so I need that extra fire in me, that spirit fire, that energy. I just needed to know, what can I really connect myself? What can I really feel? 2019 was something I said, forget it. I just wanted to take the trigger, say goodbye. But you all, you kept my spirits up. You kept my strength up. The messages, the text messages, the likes, the Facebook, you rebuild me. You showed me it's light in the darkness and the tunnel. You, Cassandra, came to me. You, Whoop, came to me. You, Cyrus, every one of you all came to me. Hey, G, whoever touched me, we build ideas, Aubrey. I show my reflection, Ashley, Cover, Naya, Mom, Father, my grandmother, my nana, this whole world give me this extra life. You saved me from suicide. You saved me of drowning myself, Shauna. You have given me this extra life. This beauty of freedom. 2019 was my own true darkness, but I changed poison into medicine. I changed my diet to a plant-based vegan, vegetarian diet. I drink plenty of strong water. I take multiple strong vitamins and herbs. I exercise. I do yoga. I channel your go. to change my body. So look at me now. The same man you saw in 2019 was diagnosed with lupus and autoimmune disease with chronic eczema and doing something special tonight for you all. So thank you have given me this platform. Thank you, give me this privilege. Thank you, give me something strong from this one moment to tell you thank you. To give me every measure, every strength I need, every friend, every family, whoever I touch through my art and poetry have witnessed my own true greatness for all this wonderful great years. I love every one of you all, my brothers and my sisters, my poetry family, from Freedom of Speech Thursday, from Mad Mouth, from Keeping It Real podcast, from the Poetry Lounge, from Closing and Revolution. Wherever I touch this mic, I have bones, my sweat, my tears, my love. Wherever I felt, this mic is my own true living. I had changed the poison out of me and changed medicine. Whoever I touch, it doesn't matter if you're black, it doesn't matter if you're a Mexican, it doesn't matter if you're Asian, it doesn't matter if your sexuality or your religion. I touch tonight. I have felt you tonight. So lift up your voices tonight. My tears is for you. Thank you, Mouth Mouth. Thank you, poetry family. Because this poem, this spirit is never giving up. Like I said in the beginning, my mama mentality is my own true venom. My soul is like the Undertaker. It never rests in peace. Peace, everybody. Thank you. Woo!
All right. I got to collect myself ideas because you messed me up, bro. You got to go mess me up like that. That's you went hard, bro. Thank you. Thank you so much for your reading. Ladies and gentlemen, one way in which we compensate our poets is through their Venmo and PayPal. It's a longstanding tradition. Those of you who know it, who've been to poetry readings, know that there's usually a hat to pass around for the amazing reading for our feature. But we do not have that. But ideas, if you would be so kind and gracious to drop your PayPal link in the Zoom chat so that we can compensate you. And if you cannot compensate ideas, drop him a line, show him some love. Check out his podcast next Friday, every Friday from 9 to 11. The Keeping It Real podcast is a phenomenal time. And just thank you again, ladies and gentlemen. Let's another round of applause for ideas, Aubrey. I'm going to put your social in the chat, ideas, and just check him out, man. He's a force of nature, and you will not be sorry after you connect with him. That's a promise. So moving right along, everybody take a deep breath and let it out. We are alive. Center yourselves. We got 3 more amazing performers on deck. The intrepid Lala DeVille. Please welcome to the stage, the virtual stage, Jason. Jason Jones is a recent graduate from UC Davis. He is currently a musician, poet, and hip-hop artist working to create music that is both healing and inspiring. His stage name is The Yoke. I love that. And he is part of a hip-hop collective titled The Underground Revolutionary Project. Jason, rock the mic, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Jason Jones.
All right, thank you. I appreciate all of you. And I want to say that I'm very inspired by all of the performances because there's so much passion and I can feel it, and I'm taking in all the energy. So I appreciate this a lot. So first I'm gonna do 2 pieces. One I'm going to recite some lyrics to a song I worked on with a great friend of mine, a person I can call my brother, Jasante Howard, and his stage name is Mary Mac, and we made a song together, and I want to spit those lyrics a cappella, and then I'm going to do a freestyle afterwards. All right, so the song is called No Sweat. I don't need no beat to rock. Beat in my head, this shit don't stop. I'm in fish and water, yeah, my shit don't flop. My flow gonna knock you out your socks and tell me stop. My style is hot. Are you a pig? Are you a cop? Know what you are and what you not, cause that system ain't gonna stop when Afro lies they go to drop. Dropping bodies left and right, man, this shit just never stops. Lynchings hanging, burning bright, just as soon as we done dropped. Where we was brought when we got caught. So by the lost to be picking the cot, 10 of us got held up at odds, split us apart, and then told us that God made us apart. We are the odd and they are the start. Our passive facade and they face the art. They are the fad and we are the fart. Art really telling us those Bible shorts, telling us stories to show us apart. The curse of the hammer suppose at our start. We eating the pork and we don't know our heart. We gotta survive, so we rocking the Forbes list of our songs, so we sing it along. But when we all shot, then they be all gone with cold shoulders shown. Ice will come get you and radio home, sending you back to a place you don't know. That's why I don't turn on the news anymore. All right, that was No Sweats. When I wrote those lyrics 2 summers ago, I was experiencing an internal shift, and I was becoming, I'd always been aware of the threat of being Black, but it was becoming more and more real to me the more I began to age and start to see that the individuals dying were more closer to my age. So it felt more and more real as I got older. And in that moment, I was really feeling that. So I wrote those lines. And this next piece I'm gonna do is actually a freestyle that I'm going to do to one of Jasante's beats, and the beat is called "I Am Civil Rights." So I really like freestyling. I really enjoy that because I think that it's kind of like whatever I feel is on the top of my brain, I'm gonna say it, and it's kind of like I don't even have a filter because I can't really think about what I'm gonna say. So I want to try and do that. I haven't done that live yet, so this will be the first time me doing that. So thank you for listening. Can everybody give me a thumbs up if you can hear the beat and me at the same time? Can you hear this and me talking? Bump, baby, ippity, uppity, opity, I am the yokity, I am so dopity. Okay, cool. Kicking it to this freestyle beat. Sitting on Zoom with mouth poetry. I had to do it because I found the yoke. You see, the yoke is deep inside your freaking body. All you got to do is find your hobby. Find your hobby, find the poetry. Write up all the lines on the poetry. I had to find the rhyme to write the poetry because the poetry gon' heal my brain. It's healing my brain. I thought I was going insane. I had anxiety on my freaking brain. I didn't know what to do. So I went into my room and found my rhyme book. I found my rhyme book. What I write into my rhyme book, all the things I had up on my brain, I had it on my brain. I had to do one more thing before I leave the earth. Before I leave the earth, I need to hear these kids. I was sitting in the church, building in the church, sitting in the church. I didn't know my worth, so I left. I went away. I found myself on my heart, and not today. I'm spitting lines to the kids that don't know they self because they sitting in front of the TV screen that the colony at. Put in front of us, they put in front of us. They put these things all in front of us we don't know. And we running from the copper gun, running from the copper gun. Another boy dead, that's his mama's son. That was that mama's son. And now he's dead laying in the fucking sun. Laying in the sun, skin crackling upon the ground. And now I feel the sounds of my feet. My heart is beating strong. My heart is beating strong. And I don't know how long it's gonna keep on beating until the sound drop, until the song drop. I had to drop some music because I was feeling like I really cannot do it. I cannot do this no more. So I found the flow, That's how I'm standing here today. 22 years old, and that's how I'm standing here today. Because I have my faith, because I got my brain, because I got these things, and I got some great people. I was feeling kind of evil, and them stories all repeating. So until you break the sequence, all you'll do is hopeless thinking. Like I just cannot believe it. On my feet, and now I'm sweeping all the tears I dropped this evening when I saw the yoke revealing information. Got us weak.
We don't know, so we just depend on the ones with all the power. They tell us hour after hour how to live, eat, breathe. They shower minds where propaganda power. Loud of puffs and any flower. Like anthrax that came from cowards. No, our minds are disemboweled. But we ain't gonna get devoured. Vocal power make them sour, and the hours gives the coward. So look, now you got the knowledge, something you should all be proud of. Just remember when you get all that Gucci, Fendi, Prada, that the village gave you power. Never forget that family matters. Never forget that family matters. My brain went splattered onto the knowledge of the scammer. That's why I'm glad I got my education, but my education ain't everything. I still got to use my brain and think for myself sometimes. Sometimes how I do it with my rhymes, do it with my rhymes. I do not think that it's a crime to speak your mind, but sometimes we feel like we gotta raise a hand to ask the freaking question, cause that's what we were taught to do when we were kids. And now when you have something to say, it's hard to get it off your fucking brain. I wonder how it got that way, because we always shut down. Always shut down when you wanna live your dream. Gotta live your dream. I'm trying not to be mean, but I gotta do it for my freaking self. Always have some great people around you, so you can do it for yourself. Work upon your mental health and do it for yourself. Do it for yourself. Do it for yourself. Got to do it for yourself. Sitting high up on the shelf, seeing demons on my shelf. So I ran away from the shelves until I can fix the problem. Fix the problem. Got to fix the problem. If I do not, I'm gonna never solve it. Never solve the problem in my brain. So I got to face the pain. Got to face the pain. No more running away from the things in my brain. No more running away from the things in my brain. No more running away from the things in my brain. 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 I'm just vibing with the music. Vibing with the music. I can never lose this fucking music. I'm gonna stop right here because I think this beat is gonna keep on going. So I got to keep on flowing to find them and show them the ones that don't know them. Thank you, Mad Mouth Poetry, for having me. I'm feeling really good when I'm rapping to this beat. I never felt this way before, and this is just my first time trying to get these dope rhymes with the freestyle. And I'm really happy that I did it with these great people in this lobby.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was awesome. I've always been jealous of freestyle because like I always work off the page, man. So like that's a real gift and a talent. We appreciate that. Thank you, Jason. What can we do to connect with you and your music?
Okay, so I have a SoundCloud account. My artist name is The Yoke. It's THEYOLK, and I can put the link in the chat too.
Please do.
That. And my Instagram is _UR_TheYoke_, and I'll drop that in the chat as well. My goal is to help others realize that the power that we seek in the world through things that we're taught to desire, such as money because we have to, that concept is it's all made up. Money is not a thing that we as humans actually need to survive, but it's been created. So in order to heal oneself, I believe that we should look within and find that joy within, so that no matter what our current situation is on the outside reality, we can still be healed on the inside. So that's really my mission. And I call it the yoke of knowledge. I call that force inside of you, I call that the yoke. And then it's like a spirit in my eyes. So that's my mission. So please, I hope that you enjoy my music, and I hope that it heals you.
Yeah, rock and roll. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Cyrus, you're muted.
Look at that. And I was pushing the fire, guys. Nike, you are on deck. Coming to the virtual stage. I'm very pleased to now announce is Lala DeVille, writer, poet, spoken word, and rap artist from Compton, California, who has graced stages all around Los Angeles. She's even featured at my old reading Lamplight, and she just blew the roof off for us. She does so many amazing things. She's an advocate for mental wellness and suicide prevention with the nonprofit organization Kevin's Cause Suicide Prevention and Awareness, where she was a featured poet in 2018 fundraiser Once Upon a Poet, and participated yearly in the Kevin's Cause Suicide Prevention 5K run. She's a co-producer of the Pan-African Film Festival Spoken Word Poetry Fest in 2019 and 2020, and now co-producer with the production company Diverse versus LA. Her pedigree speaks for itself, but it's really her words and her performance that's going to blow the roof off. So please welcome Lala DeVille.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for having me. Thank you. I have two pieces and then I will get out of the way. The first one is called Disturb the Peace. Some write to disturb the peace while many write to rescue themselves from dark crevices. Poetry often speaks to me from the tongue of someone else's mouth as their misfortune is birthed from my thoughts. Then there are the ones who pen to reveal what's behind the mask, removing the mascara that tries to camouflage the tears of pain to resemble those of joy. Just because my pen moves to the east as yours moves to the west does not mean that your ink flows the best. It only means our pens bleed differently. And that's all right. That's what works for me. Free write, haiku, stanza, or rhyme. My delivery is mine. So don't shoot the messenger. Just be glad I have the courage to deliver the message. My creator blessed me with a gift that I dare take in vain. Dare to let ego envelop me, then unfold me into what I am not. Snaps and claps ain't my motivation. Making it to destination healing is my only motive. So you can take your opinions and store them in the dwelling of your cognitive thinking instead of reeking of insults dressed up as critiquing. What you are and what you do has no influence on how my truth is told, because me telling my truth the way you see fit would only constitute as telling a lie. A poet plants seeds and makes room for growth, but judgment is a weed that manifests to kill the bloom of another poet's confidence. Disrespecting my poetry is like disrespecting my child, and that is grounds for my defense mechanism to kick in. I will not allow you to recruit me into your temple of creativity. I come from a nothing place that held me back, but constructing words in my own way became the stepping stone that led me to the bright light of my own inner shine. Too many of us have been held captive in a dungeon of our own past pains, and you will not succeed at sending us back to the evils in which poetry pulled us from. You say a poet's job is to disturb the peace, so don't make attempts to ridicule the way I pen to find my own. A poem is the shovel used to dig beneath the surface, to unveil and demolish trauma stemmed from generational curses. And it means nothing to me if you deem my craft as worthless. That's okay. I'm fine with that. It only means what I write is simply wrong for you. Regardless to what you say or what you might think, my poetic piece will either bring peace, disturb it, or leave you resting in it. That's that piece. Ooh, okay. The next one is called Feast of Burden. You've been sucking the meat off the bone of white privilege as you fed me huge portions of overcooked fear. Fear that had no choice but to settle deep into the belly of the beast. And how long did you think it would take for me to regurgitate what's been on my dinner plate for over 400 years? Serving me cold, bland Tamir rice and hot Arizona tea, I drank out of Skittle-colored slop jars. Before I ate, I was required to say grace and let you tie a napkin of fear around my neck. I was a lifeless trinket that dangled from the branches of a tree that grew from soil, fertilized with my ancestors' blood. You fattened me up so you could slaughter me. Hungry dinner guests with empty souls stood around smiling with glee, getting full off American apple pie and slave sweat. After long days in cotton fields, I was never hungry. But massa, you cracked that whip on my back and made sure I ate and I was full, continuing to feed me the same rotted fear from generation to next until I became a glutton for punishment. You swarmed into my home, stripped me of everything I had, including my innocence, after you coerced me to become your bed wench. I watched you salivate, hungering to taste my flesh, and once you were done feasting, I had to lick the fear off your fingers. Impregnated, I later gave birth to your bastard offspring, passing on fear like an heirloom as it nursed from my tainted breast milk. My bloody skull and bones were a delicacy you liked for me to serve you on fine china. I cleaned your house and changed your bed linen with the same white sheets you wore the night before. The aroma of fresh fear began to permeate the air, and I could no longer breathe. 8 minutes, 46 seconds later, the power of my spirit revived me. I managed to get the knee off my neck, turning the tables as I threw up my goddamn fist. But not before I presented you a helping of my own fear, making you lick it off the same knife you used to castrate your male chattel. Now guess who's coming to dinner? Offering you the unfortunate chance to sample portions of fresh fear, served to you by chickens who finally came home to roost. That fear ain't tasting so good now, is it? Let's see how much of that bitter taste you can swallow. Word to the wise, your fear is no longer nourishment to me, because bitch, I finally got smart enough to change my diet. And that's that piece.
Holy wow. Thank you, Lala. Just a heads up to everybody, Lala is going to be featuring for Mad Mouth at Black Poets Matter on August 29th. You don't want to miss her extended set. She is a force of nature. Lala, what kind of projects are you into these days? Where can we connect with you?
Right now, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right now, I'm producing my own videos on my I have two YouTube channels, but everything that I've been producing under Everybody Media can also be found at Everybody Media on YouTube and also on my YouTube channel, Lala DeVille. You can also go to my website, MissLalaDeVille.com, and you will be able to purchase my books. This is my current book, Love's Conception, and the one before, which is, actually, this is my first one, The Last Yesterday. And all my social media, you can link through that on my website. So you can get to my YouTube channel, my Facebook, my Instagram, all of that good stuff. So once again, it is MissLalaDeVille.com. And thank you so much for having me.
Sweet. Thank you so much, Lala.
Oh,
You brought
you're
the fire.
welcome.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we've made it to the final performer of our evening, Mr. Nike Davis. He's going to rock the virtual stage tonight for us. Please welcome Nike Davis.
So I guess I had to unmute myself. Thank you guys very much for having me. Peace, love, and respect to everyone out there. I got to give it up to all the artists that came before me. You guys are the reason why I'm a fan of poetry. I represent a movement called United for Peace. And one of the way that we convey our movement and we give it to the world is we like to use the arts. And we bring everybody in and their movement. If you believe in what we believe in, we want to help promote you. So please, everybody at the end of this, get at me. Let's see. I'm gonna start off with a couple poems that's in my book that you can buy now on the website, and one that's actually not in the book. And I'm gonna start with that one first. And this one is called Intersection. Excuse me. The truth comes off of me like a light, it seems, whenever I address a room. But it's not me that truly shines bright. I'm just a reflection of glory like the moon. I put my hands in his and close my eyes. Nowadays, I can't trust my own sight. For years, I've tried to do it all on my own, but never seemed to muster enough might. But thanks to all the scholars and the scoffers, I follow him not blindly, but truthfully, using all the tools that science and philosophy offers. The evidence shows that he's the perfect example for me. You see, it's because my brain and my heart meets at an intersection of faith and reason. And I have a few more for you guys here. The next one that I'm gonna read for you guys is called When We Spoon at Night. Please bear with me, I'm a little nervous. Like I said, I don't necessarily do this, but I'm doing it with you guys. I love it. When we spoon at night, I feel the truth in God's word. When she cuddles up behind me and pulls me so close that she fuses into my spine and I can feel her heartbeat next to mine, it's really like we're one flesh. I really, really believe that when we spoon at night, I can feel the truth in God's words. You see, as I swaddle her in my arms and her curves melt into my grooves, it's like I can feel the missing rib God removed to make her. I swear, when we spoon at night, I can feel the truth in God's words. As I cleave to her, I think to myself, damn, I would surely take a bullet for her. Then I remember what the Bible said. A man should love his wife as Jesus loved the church. And he laid down his life for the church. As I stare at the back of her head, I smile to myself and pull her closer. I swear, when we spoon at night, I can see the truth in God's word. Thank you, thank you. I have another one here. And this one here is called, well, this one, it seems like every time I read it, it gets a new name. And I gave it a new name again today. And it's called Double Standard or Exception to the Rule. I am the exception instead of the rule, the distraction instead of the example. I am the criticism instead of the compliment. I've always been the sequel instead of the original, the spirit of the law instead of the letter of the law. I am the apartment instead of the house. Why am I the idea instead of the action, the love instead of the passion? Must I be the excuse instead of the reason? Forever the minority, never the majority. The weather instead of the season. I seem to always have the right, but never have the truth on my side. Why is my son a young Black male and they're all just considered youth? I know, I am Black. So in actuality, I could be either of these things if I choose to be, but I choose to be me. I am the yin and the yang. I was today, but I am tomorrow. I build up countries and tear them down. I am a king that has been made a slave only to rule again with more clarity. I give birth to nations and lay waste to civilizations. I am Black. I am darkness. I am that darkness that gives light a place to shine. Thank you guys for allowing me to share those poems with you. Now I want to share a little more about our movement, since I have a little bit of time left. Let's see, how can I say this? Dr. King once said, those who love peace must organize just as effectively as those who love war. And I believe that's the very reason we're all here tonight, because we still all believe in peace. You know, history says that the arts only improve during times of peace. And you guys all know the arts: literature, music, theater, dance, poetry. These are the arts. Now, history has proven that the only real big jump in the arts come during time of peace. And that's why when you have chaos in your life, it seems like you can't be creative. That chaos steals your creativity. I believe that's why we do the things like what we're doing tonight. Tonight, we share some of our peace with you by putting the arts on display. Again, my name is Nike Davis, and I'm an advocate for peace and the founder of the U World organization. Now, our goal in the U World organization is to try to turn our neighborhoods back to communities through community services, also peace and unity events such as this one. You see, we have a philosophy and a worldview that we call a united state of mind. And you guys are all here, so it already shows that you guys believe in this united state of mind, whether you know it or not. And at the U World organization, we believe that this united states state of mind is what we need to turn our neighborhoods back into communities. You see, we believe that we have the formula for peace. I'm gonna let you guys soak that up. Trust me, I know that's a huge claim to make. But look at me. We have the formula for peace. You see, we've lived it our whole lives. And through the situation and through our experiences, we've learned how to package it, and we can share it with you. It's a formula, just like a scientific formula or math equation. And that formula is respect multiplied by love plus unity equals peace. And trust me, if all variables are there, we have proven it time and time again, the outcome will always be peace. And I really believe that with all of you guys' help, without even you guys knowing that you're trying to help me push this, you guys did exactly that, excuse me. I love to thank you guys for allowing me to be a part of your movement. And thank you guys for adding to ours. We believe that peace comes through unity. So all of us coming together for this one thing, even if it's poetry or you just wanted your 15 seconds of freedom, it's a beautiful thing that it united us. That's the start of it. And when we all came out, thanks to Mad Mouth Poetry, we all was given the love enough to make us feel comfortable and to share our art with the world. And then when you take that type love and you multiply it by the respect that was given by each and every artist, and the respect that was put in to this platform and putting it together, when you put all of those together, the only outcome is peace. Thank you very much. My name is Nike Davis, and I'm an advocate for peace. And excuse me for being long-winded.
Cheers. Thank you, Nike. Please connect with Nike on Instagram, on the United for Peace movement main site. It's on the Zoom chat. On behalf of the Mad Mouth team, we really appreciate all of your support and being here tonight.
The website is unitedforpeace.world, or you can reach us at theu.world if that's too much for you to remember. And you'll be able to find the book there. You'll be able to read a little bit more about the movement on the website. Also, please subscribe. Leave your email address there. We're really about unity. So we care about what everybody is doing, and we want to be a part of it just as much as we want you to be a part of our movement. So please subscribe. I promise we don't sell anybody's information. We're not going to spam you. But whenever we're doing something, we would love for you guys to be to be in it as well, so that we can send you guys an invite, and we'd love to be a part of yours.
Absolutely. Thank you.
I'm so nervous. I'm just rattling. I'm just rattling off. Please excuse me. Thank you again, Ruth.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and put Ideas PayPal in the chat one last time. If you liked what you heard tonight, drop him a tip. If you can't tip him, drop him a line. Tell him you love him. He's going to explode and cause a hurricane in your existence. Connect with these poets, connect with these people. I want to acknowledge the Mad Mouth team, Tamika, Maya, Ruth, Ideas, as well as Arthur. I want to thank you all, because this machine would not run without you. We are all in this together, and I believe that we are actively making a difference in doing the work, and amplifying Black and multiracial voices is so important right now. So that would not happen without this team, and with audience members like you, with poets that are willing to step up and make your voices heard. We want to thank you so much. Please stay tuned for our next Black Poets Matter reading, week 3 on July 25th, hosted by our very own Arthur K. Zakian. Connect with us on social for more details within the coming week. Thank you and good night